What's up, everybody? You guys know what time it is. I am Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. How's everyone feeling on this Tuesday? It's Taco Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you all. So I hope you guys find a great taco spot tonight so you guys can indulge in some tacos and have a great dinner with your family and enjoy yourselves. But we're here to talk sports. I am joined by my man Big Shaw. Big Shaw's in the house with me tonight, and we got some great topics for you guys. And I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight for another episode of Speaking with Judgment. Great to have you guys on board. Welcome back for another episode. And tonight's rundown, man, we got some great stuff. We got a great debate for you guys. One gotta go, and I saw this debate earlier. I even posted it on my page, and I thought it was an interesting topic to be had. We're gonna talk about NFL wide receivers. We'll get into that. We're gonna talk about four, and we're gonna have to eliminate one. So we're gonna get into that. Also, we're gonna talk about the New York Jets because Big Shaw wants to get into the New York Jets. And you guys know I never stop talking about Aaron Rodgers. I always got a lot to say about Aaron Rodgers. We'll get into that too. And we'll get into the Commanders, man. There's been some complaints already by players. There's some Commander players who have went to Juan Rivera because they were a little concerned about Eric Bieniemy's intensity. So we'll get into that too. And also, SEC, can we see realignment with that conference? What teams can benefit leaving the SEC? We'll talk about that too. But first, I want to introduce my man, Big Shaw. Big Shaw, what's going on, man? You have the spotlight. Talk to me.
Man, not much, man. It's hot in Louisiana. It is hot. And maybe it's because I'm around a lot of Saints fans. That's probably why it's hot. But I'm happy to be on.
Hey, it's great to have you. It's a privilege to work with you tonight.
Thank you, sir.
We got RC. RC is one of my loyal viewers. I always appreciate him stopping by. He said, popping in, saying what's up. Have a great stream, fellas. And this show is also streaming live from my YouTube channel where RC Talks is watching this as well. So you have an option to watch it on my YouTube channel as well. And please, if you are watching it from YouTube, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. But let's get started, Big Shaw. Let's get right into things here. We got a great debate, man. So there's this I don't know if it's a website or just a page, but it's called Sports Savage. Now I know you come across this, you might have stumbled upon this on your social media page, and it's called Sports Savages. And they had an interesting post today that really caught my eye, that really got my attention. And it has a list of 4 NFL wide receivers. On that list is Davante Adams, Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs, and Jamar Chase. Now, we all know how great these receivers are. So this is a great list, but unfortunately, one has to get cut. One got to go. And the question is, one got to go. So which one of these receivers got to go? Now, when I look at the collection of talent on this list, it is really, really hard to eliminate a receiver. It's really, really hard to turn down one of these receivers because all of these receivers are just that damn good. We all know Adams has been at the top of the route running game for multiple years. I mean, this isn't anything new. We know that about him. He's one hell of a receiver. And there's other receivers that have joined him in conversation for best receiver in the game. You got Justin Jefferson, you got Jamar Chase, and of course you got Stephon Diggs. I'm surprised Cooper Kupp is not on this list, and that's not me being a little biased, but Cooper Kupp has done some amazing things too. But we know Adams is ridiculously smooth in and out of his cuts. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands. He's dynamic no matter where he plays. And I mean, his elite route running traits is second to none, really. I mean, you look at the man's talent and what he can do. He has dominated the league for a very long time, and everyone has really looked at Devontae Adams. But then you got Justin Jefferson as well. Justin Jefferson, man, is
the truth.
Is a stud. He is a stud, man. You talk about silky smooth. That guy is smooth. He's quick. He can come back to the ball. He has the foot speed. His foot speed is a huge asset when he's at the top of his routes. He is simply unstoppable. He can run wild out there. I like Justin Jefferson too. He is definitely becoming a top star in this league. He has emerged into a superstar over in Minnesota and has done amazing things. He has weaponized that offense. And then you look at Ja'Marr Chase. Now, Ja'Marr Chase lit up the record books.
Yeah.
He lit up the record books. He set the record for most receiving yards in the game by a rookie, receiving yards in the season as a rookie, and receiving yards in a game by Cincinnati Bengals. So he definitely has his name in the record books. He had incredible performance against the Chiefs. I mean, you look at his underrated ability to run after the catch and his body control, just exceptional, sensational. You know, and Chase, when you look at Chase is built like a running back. He is built like a running back. He stands at 6 foot even, I believe, 6 foot even.
Yeah,
he's a little bit shorter for a receiver, but he can hang. He can hang with the big guys, you know, and he's stout, he's strong, he has he has shorter arms, but that's what helps him put up reps and you know, able to make the plays that he can because he has gifted hands. His legs are thick and powerful, which makes him so explosive. So I like him too. And then the last guy I want to get to is Stefon Diggs. He's part of a Super Bowl contending team. He's in Buffalo. He has a great quarterback throwing the ball to him. It's no question that Diggs is one of the most elite playmakers in the NFL, and his hands are guaranteed to make any receiver look good. He's just a great player. He creates big plays for his team time after time. And I mean, if you're looking for a player with elite playmaking abilities to go along with his instincts and his intellect, that would be Stefon Diggs. He should definitely be at the top of your list. But I'm sorry, Stefon. I'm sorry, Stefon Diggs. I mean, as powerful of a runner,
he can go.
And as good of a player he is, been able to make difficult plays, been able to break out in open field and make something happen. Definitely a go-to guy in Buffalo. I'm going to have to say he's one got to go.
You got to go, Stefon Diggs.
You got to
go. You got to go.
He got to go.
I'm going to tell you this, though. I don't want to, sound crazy, but I do think maybe somebody may think so, maybe not. I think Justin Jefferson can probably get 2,000 yards receiving this year. I really think that he can.
Well, if there's one guy that can do it, it's Justin Jefferson. The man's ridiculous.
I got a feeling that he can pull it off, man. I really think so. I know Tyreek Hill said that I said no, not Tyreek Hill. No. But Justin Jefferson,
Hill, man, he just be talking. Just be talking. Now, look, that's a guy with ridiculous speed, though. Now, that's a speedster right there. That guy can get up and down the field.
He can, but he ain't getting 2,000 yards receiving.
Nah, he ain't getting that. If one guy can get it, it's Justin Jefferson.
I think he get it. I really do.
Question. Justin Jefferson is the guy that can, get his name in the record books as well, and he could reach plateaus like that. That guy is just that guy is just ridiculous as well. and he's clearly one of the top wide receivers in the NFL. He's box office.
He's my top five. Yeah.
He's my type of receiver, man. And I mean, you look at his abilities and what he's able to do. His skills have led to some spectacular catches. He's made some breathtaking plays out there.
Yeah.
He's got the speed, the elusiveness that makes him difficult to defend, which makes him an integral part of any offense. And he had a stellar year last year. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he earns himself a top spot in the MVP candidacy, or if he even breaks more records next season. Because
he will. I think he will.
But he has definitely cemented himself, and he has definitely earned himself a spot among the league's top receivers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I got to keep him on my list. I mean,
keep him on your list. Don't take him off.
You got to keep an eye out for him, because he's sure to leave you breathless with his amazing talent. No question. And then you talk about his hands, his eye coordination.
He got some good hands.
Yeah, he's nice. He got all the traits of a wide receiver. He has all the qualities. He has the desired qualities of a wide receiver. And I mean, his size and leaping ability makes him a daunting matchup for defenders.
The nightmare. Yeah.
Even in short areas of the field. I mean, he can do some damage. That's where I think that's where he's actually more effective.
Yeah, he's gonna do some deceiving.
Right, and there's no doubt that he will continue to be one of the top receivers in the NFL if he stays healthy. He's definitely up there on that list. He's considered one of the best receivers in the league and is sure to make an impact on that Vikings team. Now, he doesn't have the best quarterback in the world.
No, they don't. He can give the ball to him, though.
Well, yeah, Kirk Cousins can give the ball to him, but Kirk Cousins blows the game at the worst possible time because he likes to throw in tight windows. He likes to force passes too much, and he's always bound to make that mistake. And that's what we always see from him, But for sure, there's no question that Jefferson, sure brings some excitement with him. He always brings some excitement with him, and he's definitely a fun guy to watch. But I gotta say bye-bye to Stefon Diggs.
Yeah, he gotta go. Yeah,
he gotta go. Yep. I think we both agree there that he's gotta go.
For sure, he gotta go, man.
Why do you think he gotta go? Because I mean, Diggs is up there too.
I mean,
Diggs is good.
I'm not really a Stefon Diggs fan. I really never liked the guy anyway, but he seems really arrogant. So he
was moaning and complaining. He was bemoaning that he wasn't involved in enough plays. Like, dude, just shut up and just go play.
Just go play. I mean, you
got it good. What more do you want? You got it good. You're in Buffalo.
Just shut up and play. That's all I can tell you.
Right. You're in the AFC East. You're on a very good Buffalo Bills team. You have
got a great quarterback.
One of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, what
and
more can you ask for? And you got the bag. You got the bag too. So what are you complaining about?
He's a diva.
Most wide receivers are divas.
He's a diva. But I haven't seen Justin Jefferson act like that. I haven't seen Chase act like that. So, I mean, Cooper Kupp, I said those guys act like that, or DeAndre Hopkins, but Stefon Diggs, yeah, he act like that.
Zach agrees, he is a diva.
Yeah. He's a diva. That's what he is. He's a big diva. I don't like him. I can't stand him.
He's really like can't. Chad Ochocinco back in the day. He was a big diva too. Terrell Owens was
Chad. I love Chad.
Terrell Owens was a diva. as
he was
well.
a diva.
You know,
Yeah, he was.
there was times where he got out of hand with some of his antics and some of the
Yeah.
comments he made to the media or on social media. Was social media around back then?
I don't think social
I
media
don't know, but
was around at that time.
he would run his mouth a lot, and he would call out his teammates and his players and say things that would
Yeah.
annoy other people and
Yeah. But
put
Chad
himself
backed it
out
up
there
though.
and say things publicly. That was Terrell
Yeah.
Owens. You know, so
But
I mean,
they
it's
play.
something about the wide receiver position that makes those guys divas.
Yeah. But their play was like, you can talk all the smack you want, T.O., but they got out there and they performed. You know, same for Ocho Cinco. Yeah, they talked a lot of smack, but when it was game time, it was game time. But Stephon Diggs, no, I can't rock with him, man. Now I was gonna say Devontae Adams, but I'm gonna save that for
You
another
wouldn't be
time.
wrong. I mean, there's really no wrong answer. A lot of people actually said that Adams would be the one to go because Adams is an older wide receiver now. You look at the other three; they're much younger. Especially Jamar Chase, he's ahead of schedule. When you really look at him, he quickly emerged onto the scene. And you know, I mean, you see his explosion, his explosiveness, and his strength. You know, his route running has caused a lot of problems for teams. You know, he has the ability
He's good
to be phenomenal. He is phenomenal. He's sensational. You know, and he has really showcased his ability. He has really showcased his abilities, and the Bengals have utilized his ability. They have put him in good situations to thrive in that offense. You know, they tried to get him into the open field where he's most effective, which they have, where he has some room to work and run, so he can break tackles and turn 5-yard gains into 15-yard gains, which is what he has done. He's a special player, and he's a treat. He's a treat to watch. I mean, you know, and the Bengals probably feel the same way. They have treated him as such as well because he's just good. You can see this guy running through arm tackles on the screen. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You know,
he's good, but you know, you gotta give your quarterback some protection. You gotta give your quarterback some protection, so he can get the ball to Chase all he want, but you gotta get the offensive line fixed in Cincinnati. So that's gonna be a problem for them this year. But Joe gonna be out for what, a few weeks?
Yeah. Is Zach said someone's going to the Jets?
Who's going to the Jets?
Who are you referring to, Zach? Because that's our next topic, actually, the New York Jets.
Oh, maybe he's thinking about that Alvin guy, that running back from Minnesota.
Kamara?
Not Alvin Kamara. What's his name from Minnesota? Cook. Maybe that's who he's talking about. I don't know.
Hey, Cook is nice.
He is.
Cook is nice, but we all know that the running back position is devalued.
It's poop. It's horrible.
It's devalued, right?
I hate what's
running
going
backs
on.
have short lifespans in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, I hate what Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, Devontae Adams. Yes. I heard that report. Devontae Adams apparently wants out of Vegas now.
Oh, really?
To team up once again to reunite with his good buddy.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
At the end of the day, when you really think about it, Aaron Rodgers really succeeded with his good buddy, Devontae Adams.
Make it happen.
Devontae Adams misses Aaron Rodgers as much as Aaron Rodgers missed.
Make it happen.
Adams.
New York
Jets. Two guys can reunite.
Make it happen. Put the hammer down and make it happen.
And you got that wide receiver quarterback tandem once again. But people keep forgetting. Let's get into our next topic. That's the New York Jets.
Let's go.
People keep forgetting that Aaron Rodgers is in steady decline. Aaron Rodgers didn't look like himself a year ago. Aaron Rodgers had a miserable year. Aaron Rodgers had a miserable year. He had the worst year of his NFL career. It was not good at all. You know, you could see the exasperating look on his face. You know, he wore the frustration on his face. He couldn't connect with his wide receivers in Green Bay. It was a struggle. He was just over it. I think there's times that he just wanted to leave the field, like literally strip, like Antonio Brown did, strip in front of the fans, take his pads off, put it down on the field, and just exit and go into the tunnel and just disappear and not show his face for the rest of the season. I mean, that's how bad it was in Green Bay.
He did. There in New York.
But I understand this too, that he outgrew Green Bay. That maybe he did need a change of scenery.
Yeah.
But he's going to New York now. New York is a different place. It's not like Green Bay, Wisconsin. Yes, I understand that the Packers are as well a storied franchise. Everyone pays attention to the Green Bay Packers. There are a lot of Green Bay Packers fans everywhere. It's one of the well-respected teams around the league. But New York is a big city. It's a media-driven city. And if you don't perform well there,
they're coming after you.
They're coming after you. They're going to eat you alive, especially the radio personalities there. Those guys will come at you. You will be under attack if you underachieve and you underperform. And let me just say this. If Aaron Rodgers has a repeat of last year in New York, you don't think that's going to sit well with the New York fans and the New York media? They're going to publicly ridicule that guy. He's going to be heavily scrutinized.
Well, you ain't got to worry about that.
If things don't go well, in New York. And another thing, Robert Saleh is the head coach in New York. Robert Saleh is a defensive specialist. He's not really an offensive guy. So it's going to be interesting to see how Aaron Rodgers works with Robert Saleh as his head coach.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great in New York. I got a feeling.
I don't know. I got a feeling. I got it. It's going to disappoint a lot of people. They're the freaking Jets, for crying out loud.
You're going to see. You're going to see Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man. You're going to see him. I'm telling you. I'm going to give a bold prediction right now. The New York Jets is going to win that division. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you.
I don't see it. I see
it.
I think his best days are behind him. I really believe Aaron Rodgers' best days are behind him. I just don't see it.
I see it. I'm telling you. Aaron Rodgers got 2 good years left in him. He's going to show y'all this season. The preseason, I ain't worried about preseason. Once the regular season start, Aaron Rodgers is going to show y'all why he's that bad man. I'm telling you.
The bar, I don't even think the bar is very high for him.
It's high. Them Jets fans.
Well, yeah, you got a point there because look, the Jets will be heading into this season with high expectations. So
it's high. It's high.
Will have a high bar. Yeah, you're right.
It is high in New York,
but they have a tough schedule. I believe 8 of their first 11 games are against teams that reached the playoffs last season.
It's gonna be all right. You got Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling you, I don't got their schedule in front of me,
but they got some winnable games though.
The Jets will be fine. You got Aaron Rodgers, and now you just have to go get Dalvin Cook to come to New York. It'll be fine. I don't
know. Their defense is stout. Their defense is nice with Sauce Gardner. And
that's the man there.
You got Sauce Gardner anchoring that secondary. So the defense is not that much of a question.
No.
It's Aaron Rodgers and his physical state and also because again, last season he was playing with an injury.
He's gonna be fine. But I want to say this too: whoever in their right mind says that J.E. Horn is the second best cornerback in the NFL need to get their head reevaluated. This man is not. He ain't even number 3 best corner in the NFL. I hated when I saw that list. There was on TikTok I saw that list.
Ooh.
They had J.E. Horn at number 2 for the second best cornerback in the NFL.
Oh, no, that's blasphemous. No.
I said this man was hurt. What was he at this season? Then
somebody who came up with that list was drunk.
Then they said
They were
Derek
drinking
Stingley Jr. was number 3. I said y'all tripping now. Y'all tripping now.
Don't drink and create a list. Don't drink and create a list.
Yeah, they was on that Hennessy. They was drinking that Hennessy.
You're gonna get too reckless. You're gonna get too reckless. You're gonna be a little bit reckless.
Yeah,
and was come up with a list that is gonna have people questioning your sports knowledge.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I had to turn it off. Yeah, that's wild. A list like that, man. I can't even take that seriously. Now that you told me that, I got to even go look at it for myself.
And they were serious. They were serious. They literally had J.E. Horn at number 2. I said, well, who number 3? Derek Stingley Jr. I said, he didn't play. I said, how he number 3? And they was dead serious too. Dead serious.
Wow, that must be a drunk person or either a biased sports fan.
Maybe biased in both. Drunk and biased.
That list. Right.
That was biased and drunk at the same time.
That's crazy. So you think the Jets are going to win the AFC East? That's your prediction.
Yeah. My mind may change by tomorrow, but right now, I got the Jets winning that division.
I don't see that.
It's time. It's big expectations for the Jets. They know what they got to do.
Expectations, and people automatically have this assumption because Aaron Rodgers is there now that they're just gonna become a playoff contending team.
They are. You know, I can take it a step.
Aaron Rodgers to a 7-win team that won in spite of terrible quarterback play should make them a lot better. But
he will.
But Aaron Rodgers didn't play his best brand of football last season and didn't live up to the hype last season. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know.
Look, I may take it a step further.
12 games in the regular season.
I can take it a step further.
They're really good. They're a really good team.
The Super Bowl.
You think you have them going to the Super Bowl?
I can take it a step further. Don't count out the Jets. Don't count out the New York Jets. This is what I'm telling you. Aaron Rodgers is that man.
I tell you this: if Aaron Rodgers has a down year like he did last year,
he won't.
He's out, and he will. I think that will force him into retirement because there is no excuses. There's no excuses to have a bad season this year, right? Because look, the Jets, they have a lot of receivers. They have a bevy of receivers. That receiver room is crowded, and you got guys like Wilson. You got guys that you can actually target now. And if they have Devontae Adams, and if he has a role on that team, there will be no excuses. But like I said, the Jets, man, they have one of the tougher schedules in 2023.
Yeah, they do. It's nasty, but they
schedule. In fact,
they got it.
It certainly won't be easy, and they will be tested week in and week out.
They're gonna show you.
Aaron Rodgers will certainly be challenged.
Aaron Rodgers, got it. I'm telling you, trust me.
All right. We'll see. I'll take your word for it. Last season, the Jets had impressive wins over some top teams in the division. You know, they beat the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins.
They're gonna do it again.
With Zach Wilson at quarterback.
They're gonna do it again.
And we all know how he spiraled out of control and how he got benched and lost his his starting job as a quarterback. That was with Zach Wilson. So now it's with Aaron Rodgers. We'll just see. But I really
Zach
like
Wilson
the Jets defense.
wasn't even that good.
He's not. That's what I'm saying. He's not that great of a quarterback. My point exactly. He was a terrible quarterback. Got benched. Obviously, a young kid who had a silver spoon in his mouth growing up and couldn't adjust to the NFL lifestyle. Had a tough time, finding his role and fitting in with the team. Lost his starting job because he was struggling at the quarterback position. But I do like the Jets defense. It was one of the league's best last season, and it's largely the same coming into this season. The offense is
Sauce Gardner. He coming.
Right. Sauce Gardner. He could win Defensive Player of the Year.
Possibly.
Right. He was unbelievable as a rookie.
He's gonna do it again.
One of, if not the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And I mean, he makes game-changing plays in that secondary. And he really helped that secondary improve.
Yeah, and I like Patrick Surtain Jr. too. I like him. Another good.
He's an elite cornerback. He reminds you of Darrelle Revis Island. Revis Island 2.0. He's an elite cornerback. He should put himself squarely in the Defensive Player of the Year discussion.
He could if he stay healthy. If he stay healthy,
Gardner's a beast, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Jets are nice, but here's the thing: the Jets are in the tough AFC conference. You got you got the Kansas City Chiefs, who still reign supreme. You got the Chargers. Let's see how good the Chargers are this season. A surprise team to look out for are the Steelers. The AFC is loaded. Yeah, I like Mike Tomlin, man. I think Mike Tomlin is gonna get the best out of his players.
He's gonna get fired if Mike Tomlin.
And people are giving up on Kenny Pickett, man.
I'm giving up too. I'm giving up too.
I want to give him a chance.
You know what?
I'm going to be a fine gentleman and give him a chance to really showcase his talent and see what the Steelers have in him as a quarterback.
We're gonna see.
The thing with him was his hands. Everyone was talking about how small his hands are. That he didn't have the hands of a prototypical NFL quarterback.
Yeah, they don't know what a typical quarterback is anyway. Let me just be talking. But I'll tell you this though too, who's gonna have a great season? It's Bryce Young in Carolina. He's gonna have a really great year, and I'm gonna predict it. They're gonna win the NFC South. I know it may seem strange, but I can see him leading the Carolina Panthers to the playoffs.
Bryce Young is NFL ready.
Yeah, he is.
Bryce Young is NFL ready. I like Bryce Young. Ready. I liked him in college. He showed flashes of maturity. He handled himself quite well in big moments. That was a great pick for the Carolina Panthers. And not only that, you're working with a coach who can develop quarterbacks, Frank Wright. So I think he's in the right situation. I think he's going to learn from one of the best, and I think he's going to fit in quite well in Carolina. And yes, Carolina will make a lot of noise because Carolina's defense is not that bad.
Not that horrible.
It's not bad at all. And so when you add Bryce Young to the mix, and when you draft a quarterback like that,
things gonna happen.
He's definitely NFL ready, but there's always a barrage of questions about him because of his size.
Yeah.
And because of some things that still needs to be fixed in his game, which will come in due time. You got to give this man time to blossom and grow. But I do think, the Carolina Panthers made the right pick, and they know his capabilities, and they know what he can do. and I like the way he handled himself in Alabama. This is a
Did real
guy
good.
who he carved up defenses. He carved up defenses, man.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna do it again.
he rarely made any mistakes. He didn't throw too many interceptions.
That's true.
Just great, a great human being and a great young quarterback. And you look at all his accolades and what he was able to accomplish at Alabama. I think he'll translate well over into the NFL. So
Oh yeah, most
you could
likely.
be on to something with that.
For sure. Yes.
You could be on to something with that. But we're gonna move into our next topic.
Let's go.
And
Yeah.
our next topic is about the Commanders, man. The Commanders are about to embark into a new era. They got a new owner now. It's going to be under new ownership.
Yeah.
Juan Rivera is still the head coach there. You got a different quarterback situation in Maryland now, because that's where they play. Technically, Maryland. I know they're Washington, but they play in Maryland. So you got a different situation now, and I think there are training facilities in Virginia because that's the DMV area. So it's all there together. But the Commanders players went to Juan Rivera because they were a little concerned about Eric Bieniemy's intensity. That is the big story in the NFL. The Commanders look a little different on the field this season. And, after years of struggling on the offense, the team, they made some big moves in the offseason to try to get better. And one of those big moves was hiring offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy after he left the Kansas City Chiefs, which is still puzzling to me that this man cannot land a head coaching job in the NFL. But he will be at the helm at the offensive court as an offensive coordinator. So now he is gonna lead and guide one of the best offenses in football. Excuse me, not one of the best offenses. This offense still has a lot of questions, but he led one of the best offenses in football over the past 5 seasons. He was in Kansas City. He nourished Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes spoke highly of him, how great of a coordinator he was. And I think he has a chance to succeed in Washington. And Bieniemy will prove he can excel in any environment, I think. So I think his intensity is who he is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that describes him as a coach. He's tough on his guys, and that's probably what those guys need. They probably need someone to come in and get on their asses and get on their behinds and tell them what's expected of them, and someone who comes in and establish expectations and get the best out of their players. And I don't know what the concern is. I don't know why Bieniemy has suddenly been called out for this. I just don't. I don't get it. It has drawn concern from some players who went to Ron Rivera again to express their concerns about Bieniemy's intensity.
Well, if those players don't like that, if I was the coach, if I were Ron Rivera, if you don't like it, go home. You're not kids. You're men. You're playing in the NFL. What do you expect him to do? Talk to you like a little child? No, you're a grown man. That's what you need. You need coaches like that. You can't handle it, go home. That's what I'd say. You can't handle it, go home. But I wish he would have stayed in Kansas City. I think he had the best spot. You're in Kansas City. You just won a Super Bowl. So why downgrade and go to Washington? That's crazy, man. That's like quitting a $1 million job and going to work at Subway or Taco Bell. That's what it's like going to Washington. He should have stayed in Kansas City where you got it made. You didn't have to do hardly much. All you had to do was help Patrick Mahomes get touchdowns, get a Super Bowl, and go home. But no, if you want to go to Washington, what's in Washington? Who's the quarterback in Washington? I don't even know.
Right. So
I just don't like when a bunch of overpaid millionaires complain about the coach intensity. What is that? What you complaining for? What is he hollering at you? No, he's trying to show you and tell you what you need to do. If you can't handle it, go home. Shut up and play.
Key? What's up, Key? Key is watching. Thanks for tuning in, Key. Really appreciate it. Rob says Sam I am is the quarterback. Rob really knows the Commanders really well. He's in that area.
I didn't know who the quarterback was in Washington because
he's a Commanders fan, so he could really break down this topic really well. And I know he's tuned in for this one because we're having a discussion about it. Yeah. But I think what people don't like about Bieniemy is he is vocal. He is vocal, and he gotta be vocal. He could be a bit demanding, right? He could be a bit demanding, and I guess that's what's happening at the training camp. I guess that's what has transpired, and some of the players are not on board with it. They don't like it. They have expressed their displeasure, obviously. And this is something that Bieniemy has admitted before, that he is vocal and a bit demanding.
I don't know why they're going to the coach for, because the head coach obviously knows about him. So it's not going to work.
The bottom line is this. Bieniemy wants players to maximize every single opportunity. That's what he wants. He wants to add excitement. He wants to create some excitement so the players can feed off of that energy. He's trying to bring a new vibe to Washington. And he's also trying to make a name for himself so he can get back in the head coaching candidacies. So when the next head coaching cycle comes around, he could be one of the top candidates to land a coaching job finally.
That's why he should have stayed in Kansas City. I think if Andy Reid would have retired right now, he would have been the head coach. Yeah. Just like I tell you all the time. If Jimbo Fisher, I tell everybody all the time, if Jimbo Fisher and Kirby Smart wouldn't have left Alabama, I say this all the time, one of them would have been the coach in Wakeland or Dabo Swinney. But when you tell people that, oh man, it's gonna be the head coach, but I say you're not listening to what I'm saying. Nick Saban, when you coach under Nick Saban and you go in for a job, once they see who you work for, you're gonna get the job. You're gonna get the job. So Eric, you under Coach Andy Reid. All you gotta do is sit up. Man, if I was under Andy Reid, man, I'm waiting. I'm sitting there. I'm staying in Kansas City. He got a whole bunch of work to do in Washington. There's a lot of work in Washington. The only thing that I want to see this player do good again is Chase Young. I am a big Chase Young fan. I hope he can come back and have a good year. That's what I'm hoping for. He had a great rookie year.
He can make a great impact on that defense if he's healthy.
If he can stay healthy, I am down with Washington. But I will say this too. I will say about Washington. They could win the NFC East. I think it's open. I think Philly's gonna backpedal this year. I think that the NFC East is wide open. Anybody could win it, but actually I do got Washington kind of running that division. I really do. That's the only positive thing I can say about Washington is they can probably win that division.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Washington.
Mm-hmm.
You think they could win?
They could. It's possible.
Over the Cowboys and the Eagles?
The Cowboys is trash, first of all. Everything about Dallas is absolute hot trash.
The Cowboys, they're legit on defense, though.
We say it every year.
I mean, I understand that Dak Prescott is going to have to prove himself.
Oh yeah, he ain't the only one.
Dak Prescott is the one thing that holds the team back. I think he's the one player that holds the team back, obviously. But you look at that defense, the defense is pretty top notch. And then you look at the Eagles, man. You can't disrespect the Eagles like that.
Oh, I'm doing it. I hate them.
You can't disrespect the Eagles, man.
Watch Washington. I'm telling you, Washington. Even though they don't have a quarterback, they could possibly shock us all and win that division. I think they won a division a few years ago. So
yeah, no, I like the Eagles, man. I still got the Eagles coming out of the NFC East. I like Jalen Hurts. I jumped on the Jalen Hurts bandwagon, man. Jalen Hurts is man, that dude is becoming a top star in this league. You look at the tangibles and you look at what he has done early in his career. It's amazing and it's scary because he can only get better. He has shown flashes of maturity. He has exceptional character.
Yeah,
you gotta like all those qualities about him. His leadership.
Yeah.
And you look back at that Super Bowl, like I always say, he was dominating that first half.
But you gotta think about it.
The Eagles are stacked. Look, even Rob leaves a comment. He says the Eagles are stacked, and they are.
The Eagles, they could be stacked.
They got more experience now too. Remember, they got experience now. They've been there. They got a taste of the Super Bowl.
I'm telling you, it's like this. It's like with Washington. I want to get back on Washington. Washington is like this, like with Boston. We tell there's a lot of black players. They don't want to go to Boston. They don't want to play in Boston. Just like Eric, don't go to Washington. The Eagles are not going to no Super Bowl. I'm telling you what's going to happen. The Eagles are going to fall down, and they're going to visit this same conversation, and you're going to say, you know what, Big Shaw, you was absolutely right. You was absolutely right. How did you know that? Because
we'll see.
It happens almost every year.
Rob says Washington didn't pick up Chase Young's fifth-year option.
That's a bad mistake.
Yeah, that is. I agree. That's a terrible mistake.
That's horrible. That's
why Washington, though. Washington has made some boneheaded decisions in recent years, so it's not that much of a surprise. Guy is watching, and he says Hurt was the best player in the field in the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't say all that, but
he was. And, in that first half, he was. I don't know about the second half. At the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes still outshined him, playing on a bum ankle and all.
Patrick Mahomes is my guy. Patrick Mahomes sat back. He said, "Hey, we're gonna let them think they got everything under control." And that's what I call him, Patrick Showtime Mahomes. He is that guy. He is that man.
Rob says Cowboy fans are not. I don't care. Philadelphia has receivers and running backs. That's true. They have a wide array of weapons and playmakers. Dynamic.
Who they got? Who the Eagles running back is? Who they got back down?
Look, have you seen the Eagles running backs?
Miles, what they got? Miles, also what his name is. What they got name? What they got in Philadelphia? They don't know. I know the wide receivers. They got good wide receivers, but I just don't see Philly doing anything. Right, Rashard Penny. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is. Who is that? I gotta Google him.
The NFC can be a toss-up between the Eagles and the Cowboys. I agree.
All right, that's enough.
I agree with that. I can't disagree with that.
It's wide open. I'm telling you, the NFC East is gonna be wide open. You're gonna see.
NFC East is wide open. That's crazy.
Wide open. Anybody can win it.
I wouldn't say it's wide open. Washington don't have a chance. They don't stand a chance against the Cowboys or the Eagles.
Man, look, I seen okay.
The Giants will finish third over the Commanders.
No, I don't know because they're gonna beat Dallas their first game.
Giants, man, they surprised a lot of people last season.
Yeah, they're gonna do it again. They're gonna beat Dallas the first game of the season. They're gonna spank Dallas. Yeah, they're gonna spank them. Then Philly gonna really spank them.
Dallas got a tough defense that can swallow. They got guys that can come off the edge and swallow up a guy like Saquon Barkley.
Well, Saquon Barkley.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
He gonna play with a chip on his shoulder, so I think he's gonna be kind of dangerous.
Yeah, Miles Sanders is in Carolina now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. You know who should go get Jonathan Taylor from Indiana, because obviously they don't see his potential. This man was
right. Derek is right. I don't mean to cut you off, but Derek is right. He says Dallas defense is likely to be top 3.
He must be drinking some Hennessy.
Have you big Shaw? Have you
anything? Have you looked anything about Dallas? Anything about the Dallas Cowboys? I will not accept.
Do you know who's in their secondary? Do you know they have a ball hawking defender in their secondary, Trayvon Diggs, who everyone likes to say he's overrated?
He is overrated. I think Saul's going over him.
Overrated? That dude's not overrated. Yes, there's times that he gets blown out of coverage. There's times that he looks lost and confused.
He does.
He gives up a bad play. He gives up a play. There's times that he does give up a play, but when he gives up a play and he also makes plays.
It is nothing positive I can say about the Cowboys. It's not positive I can say about the fans.
You're ignoring the fact that they have Micah Parsons. One of the
I'm
best
ignoring everything. I'm ignoring everything.
Wow.
You'll never hear me say nothing positive about the Dallas Cowboys.
The Cowboys like
they can
that?
win. Listen, they can win the Super Bowl.
I'm with Rob. That Cowboys defense is legit.
We said that last. People said that last year. What happened to them? Every year they say Dallas is good. Okay, show me the Super Bowl. How long have they been there?
Well, that's their fans saying every year that they're going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, just because you have a legit defense don't mean you're going to win the Super Bowl. Sometimes you need a team that's better than you. You know? I think a lot of it falls on the offense. The offense is going to have to step its game up.
There's no reason why that offense shouldn't be one of the top offenses. I'm going to be positive.
You know what the problem is with the Dallas Cowboys? They're too damn one-dimensional. No, they're too damn one-dimensional on offense.
Dak Prescott's the problem.
They rely on Dak Prescott to throw 40 and 50 times a game. That's ridiculous. They need to establish a run game.
You had Ezekiel Elliott
more effectively.
I try to be positive about Dallas every time, but it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I can't do it.
Derek says he's a Bucs fan, but he knows ball. They are loaded, and that D coach isn't playing tiddly winks.
Look, we're gonna see when the season starts. Have you seen the Cowboys schedule?
It doesn't matter. It's what
schedule.
The product on the field. Look at
that schedule.
Look at
that schedule matters.
That they have. Look, the Cowboys are going to be for real. The Cowboys are going to be a team that we can laugh at them all we want. We can laugh at the Cowboys all we want. The
schedule, man. That schedule is hot from the top. You got the Eagles first, then you're gonna get slammed against Philly in both games, but their schedule is not in their favor. Dallas might as well pack it up and just go home.
The thing that hurts Dallas more than anything and why they fall short is because they are one of the most undisciplined teams in football. They turn over the ball way too much. They have too many penalties. The penalties were absolutely insane last season. They need to play more disciplined football. That also falls on coaching, though.
Yeah.
That falls on coaching. So I think it was the lack of discipline, the lack of preparedness, and also Dak Prescott's miscues
The ball.
that really hurt Dallas more than anything.
Yeah.
But Dallas to me is definitely a team to look out for. They're going to be nice. I'm telling you.
Oh man, 24. They're gonna be nice.
They're gonna be nice. It's interesting now to see because Mike McCarthy is taking over the play calling duties.
We're gonna see.
Now he has Brian Schottenheimer as his right hand man instead of Kellen Moore. It's not the Kellen Moore show anymore. That was good to get rid of him finally.
Yeah.
To kick him to the curb because some of his play calling was just atrocious.
We're gonna see.
I don't know what Kellen Moore was thinking.
I know what he was thinking.
I don't know what he was thinking with some of his play calling. I mean, some of those decisions were boneheaded decisions. So it was terrible play calling.
Yeah.
It was a lack of discipline, and it was also the fact that Dak Prescott struggled with ball security and would turn over the ball in the damnest times of the game.
Right.
But I think the Cowboys are definitely a team to watch. They will be in conversation along with the Eagles. I think it's going to be a dogfight between those two teams in the NFC East. You wanted to get into the SEC. We're gonna talk a little college football before we get out of here.
Yeah.
And you wanted to mention about you wanted to talk about realignment.
Yeah.
Conference realignment in the SEC. Here's one for you. Here's 5 SEC schools who would benefit from leaving the conference. This is what I think. The Auburn Tigers would be one of those teams. Another one of those teams would be the Missouri Tigers.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be another team that would benefit. How about the Kentucky Wildcats? That would be another team that could benefit. The South Carolina Gamecocks maybe could benefit. Leaving the conference as well. Maybe you throw in the Arkansas Razorbacks at number 5.
Oh no, Arkansas ain't going nowhere.
You don't think so?
No, Arkansas, SEC, they SEC all the way.
What do you think about that list?
I said, why would anyone think about leaving the SEC? And I thought about it. I said, if I was this school, I'll leave. If I was Vanderbilt, I'll leave. Kentucky, I'll leave. Missouri, yeah, I'll leave. But
right,
the SEC, what they should go do, and I think they should, especially academic-wise. I'll go get Stanford.
Right.
I'll go get all them 4 teams left in the Pac-4 now. I'll bring them over to the SEC because Stanford's a good school. California's a good school. Oregon State's a good school. Go get them. Bring them to the SEC. That's what I would do. But you got a lot of schools in the ACC, like Florida State. They want to leave. So where would they go? But the SEC, I do see some teams leaving. But who would come to the SEC? That's the thing. So I can see some teams leaving.
Right. Well, I like the Auburn Tigers here. Only because I don't know. I think the Tigers will benefit.
You think so?
If they leave. Yeah. This program already recruits deep in the ACC territory, for one.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could, it could benefit in the ACC conference. I think that's more of a legitimate fit for them because of how well they recruit and everything.
They do recruit good.
Particularly in ACC territory. And Auburn, I mean, they can do this jump to the ACC.
You think so? And let Florida State come to the SEC. That's a fair deal.
I really think so. I really think
That's a
so. I
fair
think
deal.
they'll find their fit.
Yeah.
And I think they'll become one of the premier programs in that conference.
Yeah, I mean they're premier now,
Right.
It's just
Yep. I just think it would be one of the most beneficial moves for Auburn.
yeah.
You know,
We might be on to something.
that's one team to throw
We
out
might
there.
be we might be on to something.
Another one is the Missouri Tigers.
They can go. They can go.
They could. I mean, they could. You know, they could
Excuse me.
probably. What conference are they in right now? The Big 12?
SEC.
SEC?
They can leave. They can leave. Because Colorado is heading to the Big 12 anyway, so they can leave.
What about the Kentucky Wildcats?
They can leave too. We don't need them. They can leave too.
Where would you put them?
Let's see. Kentucky.
I mean, they're more of this is more of a basketball school.
Well,
But
with
I mean,
Kentucky,
the SEC loves Kentucky.
you got okay. I look at Oregon. I think Oregon's dumb. I'm like, why are y'all going way to the Pac-12? No, Pac-10. I mean, Big Ten. You have to leave Oregon. If you're playing Michigan on a Saturday, you're going to have to leave, what, an hour, maybe a day or two before the game to get there, the time change.
Right. Travel's a concern.
Everything's different.
I talked about this yesterday. Logistics.
It's stupid because if you play, it's like this. If you play Michigan and Ohio State back-to-back weekends, there's no need to go home. For what? Right. You might as well just stay right there after the game and fly to Columbus because going back and forth, that's stupid. That's why I said, why Oregon is going to the Big Ten? Forget the money. They should at least went to what? The Big Ten. Because it's right there. Texas is like right here. So you're going way across the state, way across the country to play a game. That's really dumb.
You're playing in colder conditions as well.
Yeah.
You're coming all the way from the West Coast to play a team on the East Coast. It really doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I get why it's happening because look, it's a money grab.
Yeah. It's a money grab.
Everyone's trying to get the bag, Yeah. That's
he thinks. Yeah. So, okay, let's say, like Rob says, South Carolina go ACC. That's fine. South Carolina's right there. They don't have to worry about the traveling problem. It wouldn't be a problem.
Right. True. Logistics
it won't
thing.
be because you got to think about it. USC, too. You realize that schedule, if you got to go play Boston College, you might as well just stay there for a day or two because the players are going to be tired. They're not going to want it. They're going to, you got to think time change, weather, travel. Okay, so you have to think about that. Let's say you got 3 road games back to back in that division. What are you going to do?
It definitely presents its challenges. That's for sure.
It's going to be tough.
Sure. Yeah,
it's going to be tough.
It's going to be weird too because I'm so used to USC schools like USC and UCLA being in the Pac-12, and to see them in the Big Ten. I mean, that's just gonna be strange.
It's gonna be different, man.
It's gonna be a lot different.
Yeah.
The Pac-12, you're seeing an upheaval right now in college football with all these realignments.
Yeah, but one thing I can say before we end this one here, I honestly, I don't see nobody leaving the SEC because
Rob says Vandy needs to leave.
Yeah, Vandy. Vandy is a baseball school. If I was Vandy, I go Pac-12 or Big Ten because they're all growing, man. The Big 12 got 16 teams now.
Derek says, I think Kentucky, South Carolina could benefit in ACC.
They can go. Bye.
Kentucky could definitely benefit in ACC. In basketball.
And we can get Florida State in the SEC.
Yep. Kentucky, look, even Rob says it. Look, Kentucky in the ACC in basketball is ridiculous.
Oh, Kentucky? Oh, man. There'll be some good rival games, too. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I like that. Like, you can get, let's see who's in the ACC in basketball. It's good. Miami.
Look at this one. If Notre Dame goes to the SEC, That will be it.
We don't want them. We don't want them.
Cal, Cal and Stanford might even go to not the SEC, but the ACC.
They
That's
could.
what I'm hearing. That's what I'm
They
hearing.
could. But basketball wise,
but then you go back to travel.
Travel gonna be
you're coming across the country. You're coming from the
travel
West
gonna be
Coast.
crazy.
Stanford,
I don't think
see Bay Area schools in order.
They're not thinking like the smart people like me, you, and the regular people. They thinking about money signs. Yeah, money is good, but you gotta think about these guys and the ladies too. You traveling, I'm telling you, that schedule is gonna be brutal. Then they're gonna be like, man, maybe we shouldn't have done this. But I'm telling you,
it's this.
Dylan think we should arm wrestle live. We should.
The money talk.
We should.
We could go for a round of arm wrestling.
How we gonna do it? I have to. You know what? I'm on the same place as you. I'm gonna have to come over. We're gonna arm wrestle.
All right, sounds good. I'm down for that. Dylan says he want his Fighting Irish in the Big Ten with the rest of my Indiana teams.
They can go. They can go.
Makes the most sense.
They can go. They can go because we don't want them to be.
That would be very tough for the Fighting Irish, but they'll get more TV ratings for sure.
But
because the Big Ten has a great TV deal with ESPN and I believe Fox.
Not to cut you off, I do like that Kentucky going to the ACC in basketball for basketball. That would be awesome.
Notre Dame the Big Ten though, as if Notre Dame doesn't already get a big bang for its buck.
Man, they already get enough money. They can go to the Pac-12. Send them to the Pac-12. Send them to the Pac-12.
USC is leaving, and then now Notre Dame goes to the Pac-12.
Come on, let them go to the Pac-12.
You know what? I think if the Pac-12 does survive, I don't think it's going to survive.
No, they're not, because they're not reaching out. They're not reaching out to nobody. They're not sending invitations out.
Well, they were trying to reach out to some Mountain West schools, but a lot of those Mountain West schools have long-term media deals.
Yeah. If I was the Pac-12, you let them schools come in your house and take your schools. If I was the Pac-12, I would be hitting up. I'll be hitting up the SEC schools right now. I go for it. Go get Alabama. Hit them a letter. Send LSU a letter. You'll be surprised who may leave. You'll be surprised. Yeah, hit them up. Send one to Miami, Florida State. Send them out. I bet you will get a response.
Yeah, because there were rumblings about San Diego State joining the Pac-12. Remember when they had their Cinderella run last March?
Let it happen. I'm telling you, you want to shake up.
People talking about that.
You want to shake up the college football landscape? Go get somebody from the SEC. Get a big school. Go get Florida. Watch what happens. You get Florida in the Pac-12? Oh man, it's gonna cause chaos. Watch what I tell you. Go get them.
There was much dialogue about that.
Go get them. You want to shake it up?
Suddenly, those talks have come to an end because of what's going on with the Pac-12. The Pac-12 conference is slowly dying. All you have now is 4 teams left.
Yeah,
you could be down to 2 if Cal and Stanford leave.
Yep, go get Kansas. Go get Oklahoma State. Go get it. Send them letters out. The Pac-12, look, the Big 12, they took your school. They came in your face and said, "Oh, come on, USC, come on, UCLA, come on, Oregon."
I actually like Colorado going back to the Big 12.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that, but they're not going. I hate to be bad news for a lot of people. I like Coach Sanders, I really do. I don't see Colorado doing nothing. I don't see it.
Yeah, it's the name that suddenly made that program relevant. I would say, it's Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. Everyone knows who he is, and everyone's talking about Coach Prime and what the Colorado Buffaloes are gonna do with him.
It's just like
that program.
Yeah, it's just like when everybody pumped up Notre Dame when they play Alabama in the BCS championship. Everybody pumped up Notre Dame head up so big, man. Alabama destroyed them. That's what we're gonna have them in Colorado when they go into TCU in a few weeks. Now we can say a few weeks. TCU gonna whoop them. I'm telling you, TCU gonna spank them.
Oh, that game, the first weekend of college football, or the second
Yeah,
weekend?
I think that's the first week or the second week, but they
Yeah, the
play
September
TCU.
2nd game, right? September 2nd.
Yeah,
It's going to be
yeah,
Saturday, right? That game's going to be on Fox. It's going to
yeah,
be a daytime. I think it's an afternoon game. Or
yeah.
is it prime time?
Mm-hmm. They
Yeah.
will. I agree with Rob saying the NCAA, they not gonna be around.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But man, we finally reached the end of our show.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
hope
great.
not. Oh, yeah,
Hey, time flies when you're talking
it do.
sport. It
It
really
do.
flies. Before you know
Yeah,
it, you already hit the hour mark.
yeah.
But man, it's been a lot of fun chatting with you, Big Shaw, and I'm gonna have you on again. I'm gonna have you on again real soon.
You know what? I'll be your co-host.
You can.
Yeah, I'll be your co-host.
Okay. We could do it.
Yeah,
We could do that. That'd
we
be
can do it.
great. That'd be great. Cause I was having a rotating thing going on where I was rotating.
You ain't got to rotate no more. I got you.
Co-host. Okay, we could do this. I'm
Yeah,
perfectly fine with that. You can
yeah,
join me, and then I'm gonna bring back my other show with my good friend Gunzo. We're gonna do Gunzo and the Judge Sports Talk
yeah,
again.
yeah,
That's gonna be in the works, so we're trying to revive that as well. So I got a lot
yeah,
going on over here. It's been great. It's been fun. For those who tuned in on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. It's been another great episode of Speaking with Judgment with my man Big Shaw, and we're gonna
yes,
check
sir.
out of here now. We'll see you guys next time when we see you again. I don't know when that will be, but soon, very soon, we'll be back very soon with another
Yeah.
episode of Speaking with Judgment, and we will bring you some of the best content in sports. So we hope to see you guys again very soon. For myself and Big Shaw, you guys have a good night. It was great chatting with you. It was great talking with you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Take care, everybody.